It is a weeping and a mourning and a natural thing. It is a weeping and a mourning and a natural thing. It is a when it comes to the mic sound within the champion sound.
Okay, Lamborghini Mercy.
Why them AOB niggas so fucking hot right now?
Man, I don't know, bro. These hoes showing love, though.
We off in the club, nigga. I love the way she get it,
I first started around like, say 15, and I tried to rap back in the day, but it didn't really work out. So later on around, I say 17, I bought my first little piece of equipment and started to progress from there. I met my first rapper and I started practicing a lot more. It got to the point where I'm like, okay, this could be some real stuff. So we took it bigger, a lot bigger. I went from, let's say, $200 studio to $7,000 studio. So, and then we got the new rappers.
And who was the first rapper?
First rapper, we don't never figure out our name yet because it got taken, but his real name is Jesse. He's about to drop some new songs real soon. And then the new guys is AOB.
For the night, you know I'm gon' bless ya. Then we run it right, can't talk and never ask us. She's a jacket tight, so my whole team flex.
I would say about 10 to 12,000.
She's a jacket tight, so my whole team flex up.
Crank that there. 1, 2, 3. Young little boss bitch.
My ultimate goal would, eventually be major. And my real goal would be for an artist that I brought in or signed to win a Grammy, but that's high risk. That's obvious, but I would say, let's say if we say 5 years, I would say for sure that it would be nationwide. We find it with the connects that we already have lined up. In the same 6 months, Tampa and Atlanta Lakes would definitely start knowing everything.
My heart, so I might just arrest ya. So far ahead, I tell these niggas catch ya. 35 man to pass sitting on the dress up.
The technical, like the real name is all on business. We all on business. But I'm gonna keep it real myself. It's Ash on bitches. Like, and that's real. Like, but commercially it'll be all on business. But I'm throwing that out there, that's real. That's what it is. That's how it is. I'm an AOB boy, and this is the ball. I'm the Flair.
Then we run it right, can't talk and never ask us. She's a jacket tight, so my whole team flex up. Try to get right.
Once I got old enough.
Yeah, I would say once we started going to the clubs, and interacting with big groups of
female
lovely
ladies. I don't know, but my first love was basketball, but then I ripped my ACL on my left knee, so I just was like, gotta find a new profession. So I was like, man, I'm finna dive in. So that's how I got into it.
Do you have any regrets in pursuing this career?
No, not none.
Have you guys always been interested in music? Like
Yeah, I always loved music.
Yeah.
And then that's when Travis Porter came around. Like I started following all their music, and then they basically like, those are my idols. Like they party how we party, girls how they got girls, stuff like that.
Pretty much they got a lot of we live.
Yeah, we just waiting to get to that level so we can live the same life.
Kit Kat, sticky weed, we call it sap. Booty thick, now let me slap. Hands up, trying to grab money.
Nah, the love that we getting right now, it always has to be favored. Like karma always comes back. So we just gonna head forward with what we doing right now, and hopefully we all one day eat. Everybody trying to eat.
Bangarang, nigga. Bangarang. MOE. You know what it is. Look, I know I don't normally do this.
Also go by Young Simba. I'm the graphic artist and kind of like a video director almost. Still learning about everything about that. That's basically what I do.
boy Fly Guy, MOE all day, CEO of the Music Over Everything Militia, rapping, singing, dancing, anything you could possibly think of, I'm on it. But nuts, that's the torch.
Hey, you already know it's your boy Trigger, rapper. Just do my thing in the studio, you already know, gotta throw down or whatnot, but I'm part of MOE all day.
Me, it's Jay Steve! No, stop. I say, you know what I'm saying, pretty much the gel that keeps always going together, but we doing it, MOE, doing big things, look out for us. 2012, we here.
Right now,
we actually have a social media team right now, headed by Giovanna White. You know, she's always on the Twitter. She got a team under her doing big things. They always supporting us, supporting the movement. We're doing a few shows we've been asked to do. That's coming up. We got actually Naeem's ahead of a
T-shirt line.
Great clothing brand too.
Yeah.
Bangarang.
Yeah, we're on clothing line. Designing T-shirts, looking to pass them out, get some people to support us, and hopefully we'll grow from there.
We even got some professional video shot, a promo video that we linked off YouTube for 2 of the songs that me and Jay Steve is doing, Ride On Me and then the Faded remix. And we're actually in a contract right now with that. We're gonna be making some different moves, photo shoots, and just kind of like maybe social media like Facebook, like you said, the Twitters, SoundCloud, whatever way we can get out, YouTube.
But chick, I lost them old feelings long time ago. You know people say it ain't you, it's me, I know I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's a lot of little stuff, but it all pays off, you know what I'm saying? I don't think we can really go into numbers, but it's an investment, you know? We got studio time, and MOE is an official LLC right now, so it's like, it's an official company, so anybody can work for it or whatever. So those little fees, yeah, we get those handled, but we know that at the end of the day, when we do our music, and through our music, everybody's gonna be, you know, blessed by it, you know?
You also gotta break money to make money, bro. Let's just say that a lot of it hasn't been cheap. And so far, just seeing in the last 2 months that we've done, I would say right now it's in a couple thousands that we've already put out with the production, videos.
Contracts. Being independent, you got to be more careful and use your budget more strategized than you when you're in major label. Of course, a major label, a lot of people expect you to just blow out money and just put it out there, and it's not a big deal. But when you're independent, you have to be more careful. You have to know exactly where you're putting your budget in, do research, and make sure that the money is going to something, you know, saying that's gonna make it worth it, you know. And you can't just waste it on anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just go to the club and say I'm gonna spend $10,000 and be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. See, but that's the biggest difference, you know what I'm saying?
Don't need a blunt, but I need to light her. She liking it spick and she loving my style. So make a wish before you blow me out.
Thousands. I'm talking about thousands. Yeah. I think I surpassed 10,000. And it's not money, you know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, I could have used it for a lot of other stuff, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I could have got this big of a TV, you know? No, but seriously, it's like, hey, that's something I believe in. I believe in my artists, I believe in my business, I believe in my company.
I don't keep it burning, my goons got the toasters. Not tall and dark, but I'm Fahrenheit. Either smelling like money or Fahrenheit.
Depends. And like I said, that's research. A lot of people who do the mistakes is they just jump in the first thing they get offered, and that's the worst. And I'm telling you, if you asked me this question like about 5 or 10 years ago when I was like naive and young, maybe I would have been like, yeah, the first offer, the first check I get in my hand, and boom, I sign that contract anytime. But now that I know the business and I understand how things go, it's just, you can't just sign anything and just accept any check. You just have to go first, research it, make sure everything, you know, get lawyers involved, make sure they explain to you thoroughly what is this contract about, and if you're getting this kind of money, what's it for? Because think about this thing. If you were a record label, a major record label, and you are about to give somebody a major check, you have some intentions and something you want to return. So just put yourself in that situation. So just be prepared to, when somebody offers you something, know what their intentions and what, and you know what I'm saying? Not everybody has the right intentions for you. You know? Everybody is out to get money. Sometimes it's to get money. Sometimes it's not the right way. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure you know that. So, no, right now, I will not just sign anything right now. I'll research it first.
My name's Ash Bidney. I'm the lead singer and guitarist. Andrew Leatherman. I slap the bass.
I'm Dre, the drummer, also known as Candace Spunkus of the Dags.
Try to do it in the most unique way possible. I mean, I usually design the flyers for shows. And you know, one said there's nothing better than a donkey show, but there isn't a donkey show tonight, so come see this. And you know, I listed the whole band information, everything. So it's just catching people's eyes with catchy flyers, having a good product. I mean, basically that's what music is. This is a product. You have to be able to sell yourself. It helps to believe in your product, which really makes promotion side easy. It's come see this. This is worth your time. It's just making a personal connection is really the way we try to go. A lot of Facebook, YouTube, and that's where it kind of, I mean, it's just us and friends who are helping us out as far as, you know, photography, videos. We don't have a lot of videos, so, you know, because it's just difficult to find someone who's like, hey, just stand in the corner over here while we do the show, and if you want to move around, that's cool, and we'll get this later. So it's just, you know, it's difficult to utilize YouTube. Facebook is there, everyone's on it, so just, hey, click. Before we start this, you have no business taking advice from me whatsoever. Disclaimer. Now here we go. Now here's what you should do.
I say don't stop, man. I mean, there's many musicians out there that stopped, and they're really good musicians. They could have gone far. And there's musicians out there that, when they started, they didn't even know how to play a B note. You know.
What the hell's that?
I heard John Mayer say, you know, he was in his room one day, just him, just learning notes and just playing along, and then they faded like this little, just him in the room with a guitar song into this big dance song where he's playing in front of thousands, you know, because he didn't stop, you know. So I say don't stop no matter how sucky you think you are right now. Keep going, it'll grow.
I think that if you whether you learn music by yourself or if you learn in a class or whatever, always share it. You know, share whatever you have, whether it's good or bad, share it, because if it's bad, somebody's going to tell you it's bad and why it is bad. So you learn to get better from it, you know. And then if it's good, people are going to tell you that's really good. Do more stuff similar to that.
We gon' have a party. We gon' live it up this whole damn week, and we gon' get it poppin'.
It does. We all gotta stay together. Yeah, you definitely want to stay together. I mean, getting signed solo isn't all bad, because like artists like 50 Cent did it with June. Nelly did it with Saint Lunatic. So getting signed individually isn't all bad. You know what I'm saying? So it does help the group, because if I get put on, you know they would. That's you know, they're gonna be with me. So if I get signed, they all get signed. So, but we definitely want to try to do it as a group before we start thinking like that.
Go up in your spine. Now relax, kick your feet back. Do you love that?
The first thing I can say, if you think you can do it, do it. Don't be scared, because it doesn't take that much. That's what people think. Right. No. No, I'm just saying, like, I never thought I would be doing this. Like, I have a job, a regular 9 to 5. You know, I've been doing that for a while, but
like when I saw the talent that they have is natural. It comes natural. I tell them that all the time, and that like I just see that they got it. So if you know somebody that has it, for a manager, I'm talking about, you know, for a manager, if you see somebody that has it, that they could do it, believe in them, go ahead and do it.
Stay true to themselves, don't force nothing. It's like, the minute you start forcing ideas,
and the key word is definitely original.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you gotta be you. That's right. You up on the track, just be you. Don't try to rap something you're not and do something you're right. Just be you.
Don't try to sound like the next person.
If it don't work out, it's meant to be.
Like we always do at this time, I go for mine, I got to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky. I go for mine, I got to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky. I'ma get on
Good? Yep, whenever you want.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
So having a hit record, being on the radio, great fan base, how did you come up with all that in 1 year?
Man, I just stayed dedicated. I knew what the main goal was, to take it to the next level, so I just stayed on the same craft, making good music for the people, and just strive for the greatness.
And about like how much money and how much like, you know, hard work did it take to, you know, like over like the couple of years, and how much money and stuff like that, an estimate?
I mean, it can cost from like 25 G's to 50 G's. Like, you have to put in what you want to get out of it. You want to be a millionaire, you got to put in half of that to get to wherever you want to be.
All right, and what do you have advice for like the people who are just upcoming? You know, just
I mean, don't let anybody tell you can't do it, because if you want to be famous, you can be famous. Nobody's going to stop you but yourself. So just strive for what you want. Just make it happen.
All right. And how did you start rapping?
My homeboy influenced me. He just called me up one day and was like, "Yo, let's go to the studio." But at the time, I was a basketball player, and I wasn't really into the music. But he was just like, "Man, let's just go into the studio." So then we went in there, dropped the hit, put it on MySpace. That's when MySpace was hot. Got a couple plays on it. And what really made me keep going was the people's reaction. Like, yo, that shit's hot, or it's dope. So I just kept with it, stayed with it, brought me here.
How is it going, like traveling, you know, for, you know, rapping around everywhere? How is that feeling?
I mean, it's real great, man. Like, I get more love outside of the city than I do here. Like, when I started off, I got plenty of love. Now that I'm on, a lot of people that have been doing it, they're starting to hate on what I did just because they feel like I came out of nowhere. Really, I've been working hard, like 3 years to get to where I'm at right now. I still have a lot more work to do.
How did it feel to work with Ace Hood?
Man, that was a dream come true. Shout out DJ Christian for putting that whole record together. Fat Joe as well too.
Great.
What do you think the main difference is like between major label and an independent label?
There's really not a big difference, because you can do the same thing as a major doing if you're independent. You just have the right funds, and if you have the right plan to move along with it, you can be just as good as the majors. Follow me on Twitter at FamousKidBrick, FAMOUSKIDBRICK. Instagram, FamousKidBrick. Shout out to Clouded Thoughts Clothing, Moshi Gang, Moshi Mafia. We in here. Bulls Nation, what it do?
Okay, Lamborghini Mercy. Yo, chick, she so thirsty. I'm in that 2C Lambo with your girl, she tryna jerk me. Okay, Lamborghini Mercy. Yo, chick, she so thirsty. I'm in that 2C Lambo with your girl, she tryna jerk me. Okay, Lamborghini.